Hello, my name is Michael, and today I'm not going to be greeting you by Avi because I want it to be a little bit more professional. However, I can't reveal all the details that have happened, so the title is going to probably say something along the lines of I lost over $2,000, and this is how to avoid losing that amount of money. And this was from last year, from last summer actually, so it was quite a while ago. I still can't reveal all the details, and the reason for that is technically there was a court case and there's other court cases going on, and when I went to a lawyer, the lawyer advised me to not record anything, so that's why I didn't do anything last year, a couple of months ago. But I decided, you know what, if I reveal at least how to avoid getting scammed, then, it's not really revealing all the details. I'm just gonna say a couple things. All right, so let's get into it. This is how much money I lost. Actually, this is just a part of it. It's most of it, but it's a part of it because it's not all of it. That is 10,000 PLN. And I got that from selling my car recently. It's been crashed and I got an insurance payout, but I thought it'd be nice to show you guys how much money that is. That is a lot of bills. That can pay for a lot of stuff in Poland. That is literally a few months rent for some people, paying all the utilities, all the food. That is literally life. You are living for that amount of money for the next couple of months. And if you're really frugal, you can live for half a year. So how do I start with this? This is a contract. This is a weird contract, and I should have read it over 100%. I read over most of it. I glanced over most of it, and I never thought I could fall for this. But don't worry, hundreds of other people have fallen for this exact same thing, and they have ranged from losing half of what I just showed you, 5,000 to 8,500 to 10,000 to even 15,000 PLN. So depending on which time you are watching this video, that can be $2,000, that can be $3,000. Obviously, it's going to fluctuate, but it's a lot of money, especially in Poland where some people make a couple $100 per month. So if you are going to be renting a car, let me advise you this. If the rental car company says, hey, listen, we can't take your credit card, your debit card, we can only take cash, I'd say run, go to another place. That wasn't the case with this, but because I had an error with my card, I decided, you know what, I'll pay a small fraction, 30 PLN with a card, and the rest with cash, because come on, I've used rental car companies hundreds of times, and I'm including into that car sharing. But if we're not going to include the car sharing part, then I've used a few different various rental car companies. And this has been everything from sports cars to normal cars. And in Poland, obviously, it's cheaper to do that. There's one huge added bonus to using your card. There may be an additional fee for using your card. Usually it's going to be a couple dollars, especially if you're overseas, whatever, because you're going to be paying in euros and there needs to be a conversion. Listen, don't mind that. If you are paying 200 euros, if you're paying 300 euros, or even if you're in the US, I'm sure this has happened all over the world. If you are paying a couple of $100, you shouldn't care about losing $2, $3. You should care about losing the entirety of your money. And let me tell you, first of all, read through the entire contract. If you see anything fishy, run. Say, nah, sorry, bye, see ya. Go to another car company. If you see something is wrong with the person who is trying to rent you the car, if you see something is wrong with a client, some other client is arguing like, hey, give me back my money, anything fishy, run. But if the contract's all good, everything seemed fine, you rented out the car, and then something fishy happens afterwards when you're returning the car, as in my case, well, if you paid with cash, good luck getting that cash back. If you paid with a credit card or a debit card, first of all, contact your bank and file a chargeback, file a claim. Say that you want your money back because you just got scammed. And I'm going to leave a link in the description below that lets you know all the available options for whatever card you have. Because whatever bank you have, there's another additional layer. So if the bank, some banks are awesome and they're like, all right, you know what? screw it, we're going to lose the money, or we're going to fight this guy, we're going to get your money back. You are our valued customer, you are going to get your money back. So if you file a chargeback, you might get a temporary credit while they're fighting it, you might get it immediately, you might get it within a week or a couple of days, but usually there's a time limit, so also remember that within 30, 60, 100 days, usually within the first month or first 2 months. So I'd get on to that. But let's say your bank says, you know what, we can't do that. Well, if you have a Visa or MasterCard, or even in the link, there's like Discover and American Express and all that. American Express is definitely a good choice because they have been proven very many times by very many people that they are going to fight. They're going to be like, we're going to get the money back. But if you have other card companies, well, you know, it varies. However, Visa and MasterCard have been very good. I mainly have Visa, and there is a second layer to it where with Visa, they have this option. If you have been scammed, you're going to get your money back. I mean, there's a very good chance of it. However, if you paid cash, what are you going to do? You're going to go file a complaint. You're going to go to the police. The police are going to say, you know what? It's not our problem. You have to go to the courts. And only after a judge has ruled, yeah, it's been scammed. Well, even in that case, you aren't guaranteed your money back because the guy, what if the guy that scammed you, the car company, they scammed you, they go bankrupt, they flee, you are screwed. You will never, ever see this again. So it doesn't matter if they have a debt. If they flee, if the guy goes bankrupt, if the car company goes bankrupt, if they have nothing to collect off of, which this could happen within a couple of years because you aren't the only one that's been scammed. There's hundreds of other people who have been scammed. They're going to go to the courts as well. And suddenly there's, instead of a couple $100, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars that, well, you know, it's going to be a big deal. The guy definitely, or the car company definitely doesn't have that. So I can't go into all the details. Use a good card, use a reputable bank that's going to side with you if you ever get scammed, and never, ever use cash from now on. Always read the contracts because there can be one point, like most of this contract was good. There was one single point that I've never, ever seen in any other contract. I didn't even glance over it. You know why? Because it was in a different section. It was somewhere where you didn't expect to look, but you should have looked through all. I didn't, and well, some would say it's my fault. Others are going to be like, well, you know, you got to go to court and fight it. But here's the problem. You go to court, you pay the lawyers, you're losing more money. Even if you win, it's not guaranteed that you get your money back. So that's that. I can't reveal all the details, but I can say that the money is as good as gone. I'm not the only one. This is going to be a big case in Poland. And I'm going to end it with, you know, I'm going to end it on a positive note. So here is a happy clip from happy times in the summer. My life's been a disaster, but I am getting past each disaster. I don't care. It's affecting me less and less. Learn from other people's mistakes, and hopefully you never ever fall to this. And let me tell you, I would never have thought about this. It is clever. It is very clever. And I have joined the ranks of other people, including some very, very smart people, some other lawyers, some other wealthy, very wealthy individuals who have also lost their money. So ending on a positive note, and here's why it's a positive note. The car was amazing. Everything was really fun about it. It was a fair amount of money. I would recommend finding actual good dealers for this stuff. Dude, it's fucking great. It just purrs. It's fucking amazing, bro. That's a stock exhaust, too. Jesus. Don't let the bad apples ruin your day. My name is Biker Avi. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, well, see you. If you didn't, hopefully you learned something. Goodbye.